Hello and welcome back to the Opener Sorcery. It's Devi, and today we are going to be covering Zener Cards. So, Zener Cards falls in an interesting category where it's not quite fully divination, because it also goes into an aspect of ESP. So, what are Zener Cards first before we go into that? Zener Cards is a deck of 25 cards. 5 of 5 different symbols that is in there. There's a star, a square, some wavy lines, a plus sign, and a circle. And there's 5 cards of each of these designs. And they were created specifically by Carl Zener to conduct experiments for ESP, or extrasensory perception. Now, I have worked with these before, and there's a couple of different ways that you can use them. Like I said, there is some divination with it where you can assign meaning to them, because the divination with them is not going to be anything like the tarot where it already has a defined term to it. You're going to have to define it yourself. Or you can use it to kind of flex those psychic muscles, in a sense. So, flexing the psychic muscles, what I mean by that is having a partner. So, you and your partner, you have a deck. Y'all are shuffling the deck thoroughly. Not just I'm going to give it a quick shuffle and we're done. No, I mean like, you shuffle that shit until your fingers hurt, because you want it as randomized as possible. And now, while the partner that's actually handling the cards is doing that, the other one, the one that is actually trying to expand psychic awareness, they are going to be trying to tap in to see what the card is or what the card is going to be. So you can either have it to where the person that's handling the cards is just flipping it over and looking at it themselves without showing to the other person. And where it can be like trying to test clairvoyance by, I am seeing through your eyes, or you are visualizing this so I can see it in my mind, kind of like a telepathy type of thing. Or you can lay them face down and then test yourself. Technically, you can do this with any kind of cards. It doesn't necessarily have to be Zener cards. But in my experience with them, the funny part about this is my own personal story. We were experimenting when I was a teenager, me and my friend group. And of course, we're trying to figure out how we're going to do this. And what would end up happening is they would start pulling up the cards, and it wouldn't be the card that they were pulling up. It would be the next card. It would always be the next card that I would get. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you are working with these, psychic perceptions can come out in unexpected ways. So the simplicity of the symbols is incredibly helpful. It really is incredibly helpful. These are not necessarily my favorite thing so far, but if you are just getting into this, you know you have something going on. It is a good way to flex the muscle, see what's going on, see what you perceive, and then from there, kind of grow. Because I do believe that everyone has the ability to perceive something on a more psychic level. It is just about tapping in and figuring out how that perception can grow. So, the Zener cards, they're really, really easy. They're very simplistic. And they were used for years to try to either prove or disprove ESP, or extrasensory perception. And while, yes, you always have a 1/5 chance of guessing the right one. It is when you take that into account over time. How often are you correct? Are you tapping into something else that you can kind of see a grander pattern? I'm not going to say that this is my favorite way to expand oneself or my favorite way to divine the future, because it certainly isn't, but it is certainly a way that can get you down to basics in a sense, because it doesn't have any complicated story behind it. So it's not like picking up tarot and you're trying to understand what the hell the Hierophant means. It is more along the lines of, what do you associate wavy blue lines with? Water. A fiery red plus sign. Fire. Those kinds of concepts where it's very simplistic. It's very right here, right now, in the basic of basics. No overcomplication is necessary. But Zener cards are a good way to start, and I do encourage people to experiment with them, see how you like them in an everyday kind of way, just as almost like a mind teaser, kind of like, you know, when you're sitting on the toilet and you're doing a Sudoku. Like, it's a easy way to do so. Just make sure you are shuffling thoroughly. But with that, this is Devi with the Opener Sorcery, and today was Zener Cards, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.